The Spurs squad continue to work hard in Tokyo as they prepare for the friendly against Vissel Kobe on Saturday. Ben Davies, on his 10 years at the club, he said it's been great. Reports are stating that Tottenham have set aside a huge sum of money for late window signing blitz. The Football Insider have stated that Spurs are still interested in Aston Villa star Jacob Ramsey. Villa want £50 million. Spurs want to offer Celso in part exchange. The Football Insider have also stated that Nottingham Forest want £40 million for Spurs target Morgan Gibbs-White. Fabrizio Romano has stated that talks continue between Tottenham and AC Milan for Emerson Royale. Fabrizio Romano has also stated that Spurs are about to complete the signing of Korean attacker Min-hyuk Yang from K-League side Gangwon FC. And TalkSport are stating that Toney would rather join Spurs over Arsenal and Chelsea.
Chris Cowlin. Fan cams. Club news. Transfer news. Match previews. Legend interviews. Spurs women. Press conferences. Covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's start by talking about the squad currently in Tokyo, Japan, ahead of our pre-season friendly on Saturday against Vissel Kobe. The first training day in Japan drew to a close as the players completed their second session in slightly cooler dusk conditions on Wednesday evening local time. After temperatures reached a sweltering 35 degrees in the morning session, the squad resumed day 19 of their pre-season schedule with some strength and recovery work in the gym before taking to the turf for more football drills as the sun set over Japan's national football headquarters in Tokyo. Amongst the players were Destiny Udogi, who went through some individual light training work as he continues his rehabilitation from injury, and Manor Solomon, who celebrated his 25th birthday. On Tuesday, it marked the 10-year anniversary of Ben Davies signing for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Speaking about his 10 years, he said it's been one of those things where it's obviously a long time, but it's felt very quick. There have been plenty of ups, plenty of downs as well, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been great. Davies then went on to say there are so many highlights, but I think back to when I made my debut for the club, the first time that you put on that shirt, you realise the magnitude of this club, you realise who you are playing for, and you feel that responsibility. Over 10 years later, that feeling has never gone away. On Wednesday, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club put out the following statement. Today, international travel and lifestyle brand TUMI has announced an extended official partnership with the men's and women's teams of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. As a continuation of the brand's involvement that began in 2022, TUMI will remain the official luggage and travel accessories partner to Tottenham Hotspur Women, supplying the players with an official travel kit of luggage and lifestyle accessories that will accompany them throughout their season. As part of the ongoing partnership, TUMI will also support Tottenham Hotspur's men's team on its pre-season tour through Japan and South Korea this summer. Now for a couple of reports from the Football Insider published on Wednesday. Tottenham set aside huge sum in late window signing blitz. The Football Insider have stated that Tottenham have set aside a huge sum of cash to back Ange Postecoglou with more big money transfers in the summer transfer window. It is believed that Spurs are targeting a pushback into the top four this season, with Champions League qualification the primary target. In this report, it says the Lily Whites have already wrapped up permanent deals for Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall during the off-season, while Timo Werner has rejoined the club on loan. The Football Insider have also stated that Tottenham plot big money transfer assault with top four finish the target. Chief on the list of targets at Spurs is a new striker, with the Football Insider revealing on the 18th of July that they are in daily contact with Lille star Jonathan David's camp as they plot a summer bid for the forward. The Football Insider have also stated that Tottenham and Liverpool have both registered an interest in Crystal Palace star Eze. Another report from the Football Insider, this one, they are stating that Tottenham remain interested in signing Aston Villa midfielder Jacob Ramsey. Spurs had made an approach for the 23-year-old before the 30th of June accounting deadline, but Villa could still be open to selling the player. The Football Insider are stating that the North London club are keen to sign the Aston Villa midfielder and are proposing the cash plus players exchange in a new attempt to lure him this summer. The Football Insider revealed on the 9th of July that the potential transfer being discussed would see Giovanni Lo Celso head to Villa Park with Ramsey and one other unnamed Villa player going to Spurs. It is also being stated that sources say that Aston Villa currently value Ramsey at £50 million and Spurs currently are reluctant to pay that fee. Tottenham want homegrown Jacob Ramsey to add creativity in their team and squad. Ramsey came through the Aston Villa Academy and has been ever present since making 121 appearances and scoring 13 goals since his return from Doncaster on loan. The Football Insider have just reported that ex-Tottenham Hotspur star Josh Onomah arrives at Blackpool. Blackpool have now taken former Tottenham Hotspur and Fulham midfielder Josh Onomah on a trial. The 27-year-old has been a free agent since being released by Preston North End in the summer of 2023. Onomah has now linked up with Blackpool for pre-season as he looks to try to secure a deal at Bloomfield Road. The London-born ace made 15 appearances, including 2 in the Premier League for Fulham in the 2022-2023 campaign, but was without a club last season. Onomah played most of his senior football in the Championship during spells with Fulham and Aston Villa. He also played 32 times for Tottenham's senior side after coming through the youth ranks at his boyhood club, who he left in 2019. Another report from the Football Insider. This one states Nottingham Forest Morgan Gibbs-White plan revealed after Tottenham latest. Nottingham Forest want £40 million plus for starman Morgan Gibbs-White before the 30th of August cut-off. Forest are reluctant to let the 24-year-old attacking midfielder leave the club amid interest from fellow Premier League clubs Fulham and Tottenham Hotspur. Gibbs-White was integral as Forest narrowly avoided relegation last season, scoring 5 goals and getting 10 assists in the Premier League. Boss Nuno Espirito Santo and his staff will look to build their team around Gibbs-White following the signings of midfielder Elliot Anderson and centre-back Nikola Milenkovic. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has given us an update on Emerson Royale's possible move to AC Milan. He has stated AC Milan had new contact with Tottenham for Emerson Royale. There is still almost €3 million difference between fee offered and proposal received. Personal terms were agreed in May. Talks still ongoing between the two clubs. Fabrizio Romano also provided some exclusive news on Wednesday. Tottenham Hotspur are closing in on a deal to sign 2006 Korean-born winger Min-hyuk Yang from Gangwon FC. Agreement being completed and then medical tests to follow. Fabrizio Romano has also stated that Tottenham Hotspur scouts believe South Korean forward Min-hyuk Yang has important potential, huge talent for the future. He is going to sign for Spurs, medical to be booked soon, then staying at Gangwon FC until January. Documents to be prepared in the next few days. Reports have been published by TalkSport and Football.London, and they are both stating that Brentford striker Ivan Toney has got his heart set on a move to Tottenham, despite ongoing interest from Arsenal and Chelsea this summer. The 28-year-old is making up for lost time after he missed 8 months due to a betting-related ban. He returned to action in time to showcase his ability on the big stage for England at Euro 2024. Ivan Toney netted a typically cool penalty in the quarter-final shootout win and also appeared briefly during the 2-1 final defeat to Spain in which Chelsea forward Cole Palmer scored. However, while Chelsea and Arsenal are said to be in the market for him, Ivan Toney would reportedly prefer Tottenham. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. Let's start by talking about Fabrizio Romano's reports today, stating that Spurs are about to sign Korean attacker Min-hyuk Yang from K-League side Gangwon FC. Now, I tell you what, Spurs have really gone out and identified all of the young talent around the world, not only in the UK with Archie Gray, Europe, of course, we know that we're interested in Desiree Doué. It's probably unlikely that deal is going to be done because there is big interest, and he's going to cost a lot of money. Big interest from the likes of Bayern Munich, PSG. But Spurs are now going further afield, and they are now identifying all of these top talents around the world, now going into the K-League in South Korea. I know, a number of South Koreans have been in touch with me today, stating how excited they are about this wonder kid just about to join Spurs. And if it does happen, Fabrizio Romano has stated that he would join Spurs in January. This is very, very exciting. And I've said this, in the last 12 months, since Ange Postecoglou has come in, I feel like, a lot has changed for the better on the pitch and off the pitch. We're certainly going out there now, all over, identifying really decent targets for the future. I know what everyone will be shouting now, and, what my concern is, if that's the right word. I'm not that concerned yet because there is 37 days left of the transfer window. And remember, players like Mickey van der Ven, they signed late on. And, it's all about identifying the right players that are going to be the right fit for the football club. And sometimes things do take time. I'm not making excuses for the football club at all because I want, decent players and reinforcements to come in this window because a lot of players have left out the door, and we need players now to replace them, but players that Ange Postecoglou wants, likes, and is ultimately going to use, for the next, X amount of years, because he is building for the future. He's not only building for now, he's building for the future as well. But Min-hyuk Yang, he looks a great player. I've watched some clips of him today, and I've also done a lot of research on him as well. And he seemed a really, really top talent. Another one for the future. Yes, I want players for the now as well. I've said on various episodes of Tottenham News and on various podcasts and on various radio shows, including TalkSport today, we do need experienced players coming through the door as well. And two players that I'd love to see holding up that Spurs shirt in this transfer window would be Eze and Toney. Two great players, two players with vast Premier League experience, two players that we know have been there, done it, and can fit in extremely well to this system. TalkSport stating that Ivan Toney would prefer a move to Tottenham over Arsenal and Chelsea. If that's true, I believe that Spurs could go out, go to Brentford and strike a really, really good deal. A fairly cheap deal as well. And, with someone like that, that you're going to get a goal scorer, an instant goal scorer. That if you put balls into the box, he is going to finish. I've said this before, he can score goals in the Premier League. Good with his right foot, left foot, with his head as well. Can score goals from range, can score, those 6-yard tap-ins. Very good on penalties, very good on set pieces. And Eze, we know what Eze's got as well. I've been a fan of Eze for many, many years. Spurs were linked with him, back in the day when he was at QPR. And then, of course, he went to Crystal Palace. And now, the top teams want him. Liverpool, Man United, Manchester City, Spurs. It's going to be an interesting one, but I really do hope that we get Eze or Toney in this window. But Spurs are doing things in the right way, and when you think back, and this is putting a bit of balance on it and a bit of realism as well. You think back 12 months ago, when Ange Postecoglou walked through the door, so many players needed to head out the door. We needed to bring in a number of additions. We did that in the last window. We brought in a couple of more additions in the January window. That just needs to continue. It needs to continue. When you think back, Pochettino, 518 days without a signing. That can never, ever happen at the football club ever again. We have to move forward. We have to refresh the squad in every single window. But what has really, really impressed me in the last 12 months is that, whatever Ange Postecoglou seems to want, whether it's a player coming in the door, whether it's a player going out the door, whether it's backroom staff changing, whether it's something changing at the football club behind the scenes, it's happening. Ange Postecoglou, I know there are a lot of doubters out there still about the board backing Ange. So far, they've done it. You know, in 37 days' time, when the transfer window is over, if they haven't backed him in this window, I will be extremely disappointed. But up until then, I have faith that he is going to be backed and he is going to get everything on his shopping list, because it's been done in the last couple of windows. That does need to continue. It is absolutely imperative that we do sign a striker. I said this on a TalkSport interview on Wednesday evening. It is imperative that Spurs go out and sign a striker. I like Richarlison, but I wouldn't be too disappointed if he left. And I feel like Richarlison in the last couple of years, particularly last season when he was given more game time, I feel that he has been very, very wasteful. We can't have that. Ange Postecoglou has said on many, many occasions in his first 12 months at the club, how we need to improve in that final third. I completely agree. Other players need to step up this season. Brennan Johnson, Kulusevski, Son to an extent. Timo Werner needs to get his shooting boots on. He needs to, finish a lot better than he has been. I just hope that Ange Postecoglou can get the best out of some of these players. But a few more additions in those attacking areas as well. Another midfielder, perhaps another centre-back as well. Someone to cover a left-back. I feel that Spurs will have a very strong and decent squad to go forward. And then I would feel confident that we can, finish in the top four. You never know what can happen. Of course, other teams around us, other teams that finished above us, they are going to strengthen. Other teams that finished just below us, the likes of Newcastle, Manchester United, Chelsea, that they will go out in the transfer window and strengthen. So Spurs constantly need to be on it. But I do like what the club are doing, on the pitch and off the pitch. And there has been certain progression as well. Us identifying decent young players for the future, I really, really do like that and am a fan of it. But, I feel like we do need the players in for now. And I feel like I speak for a lot of people on that front as well. Everyone I talk to, whether it's people on the podcast, people in the street, whatever, everyone seems to want the same thing and expects a good window, and is almost kind of demanding these couple of statement signings in this window. And when I say statement signings, I don't mean go out and sign, we don't need to go out and sign £100 million players. That's never going to happen anyway. I'm not demanding that. It's about identifying the right players. You remember when we played at Wembley, we absolutely battered Liverpool 4-1. And after that, they went and identified, players that they needed. They went out with the shopping list. They identified they needed a goalkeeper. They went out and bought Alisson. They needed a centre-back. They went out and bought Van Dijk. And then, of course, we have seen them be so successful. Spurs need to do that. It's as simple as that. We know we know our strengths on the pitch. We know our weaknesses. But it's about depth. It is about depth as well, because if we want to go far in competitions such as the League Cup, the FA Cup, and of course now we're going to be in the Europa League, if we want to go far in any of these competitions, we need depth. We need decent game changers off the bench as well, and in order to rotate the squad and rotate players every now and then when we're playing Thursday, Sunday. So it is all about depth in the squad for me. But yeah, 37 days left of the transfer window, so it's going to be an interesting one. Jacob Ramsey, if Ange Postecoglou wants him, personally I don't understand this one. We keep being linked with Morgan Gibbs-White as well. That's an interesting one. Ange Postecoglou must see certain things in certain players. I'm not going to be one to criticise saying, what on earth do we want him for? I wouldn't have seen those two people or those two players being on our most wanted list. But if Ange Postecoglou believes that it is going to make a difference and improve our squad, some people like Brennan Johnson, some people don't like Brennan Johnson. I'm personally hoping that Brennan Johnson has a fantastic season next year and prove the doubters wrong. And as I said, people like Timo Werner, Spurs have taken a punt on him and we've loaned him again for another season. He needs to improve in front of goal, in my opinion. He needs to get a lot more crosses into the box nice and early. And and improve his game all round. You know, Spurs have given him a chance. I hope he takes it. Hope he takes the opportunity. Desiree Doué, we keep being linked with him, but it looks like he's going to move to either Bayern Munich or PSG. But as I say, 37 days left of the window. A lot can happen. Brian Hill, it still looks like he's going to go out the door. Sergio Reguilon still looking for a club. Emerson Royale, of course, he is still in Japan, part of the pre-season tour, but he could move at any time. It's just a case now of Tottenham Hotspur and AC Milan agreeing a fee. Personally, I can see him going to AC Milan. It's the move that he wants, and I believe that he will be a very good player there, and I will wish him all of the very best. Another player I wish all the best, and it must be very, very difficult for him, Josh Onomah, not playing a minute of football professionally for the last 12 months, and now he's being given the chance at Blackpool, so wishing him all of the very best. Reports from the Football Insider are stating that Spurs have set aside a huge sum of money for late window signing blitz. Let's hope so. As I've said, and as I will continue to say, you don't need big money to go out and identify decent players. You know, when you think 12 months ago, not a lot of people knew about Van der Ven. Not a lot of people knew about Vicario. Udogie is another one. It's all about identifying the right players. And as we've seen before, you can go out and spend big. Tanguy Ndombele, Giovanni Lo Celso, £100 million on those two. We haven't had much output from either. And one ended up leaving. We released him, having paid him off. And Lo Celso, it looks like he's going to head out the door this summer as well. Anyway, as I've said on various occasions on this episode and other episodes, 37 days left. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's hope that we're all smiling at the end of the transfer window. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.